What's going on, YouTube? Fresh Meter here, back at it again. So it's been a while, but we're back. The car that I'm about to show you guys, I was not planning on putting on the YouTube. I wasn't even planning on vlogging ever again, but as I was working on this car, I was like, wait, why don't we just give this YouTube thing a try all over again and try to get back on it? So this car right here, the one I'm about to show you guys, it wasn't supposed to be a project car. It was just supposed to be my daily, but then I got bored of it and I decided to just start modifying. I actually got ahead of myself, started doing work and didn't record anything. I'm gonna show you guys what I've done to the car so far. I'm gonna show you guys what car it is, and then I'm gonna let you know what exactly it is that I'm going to be doing, so that way you guys can expect more videos to come soon. Enough talking, and let's just get right into the video. Let me show you guys my project car for the channel. Alright, so as you guys can see, that is my 1987 Honda Civic DX sedan. Today what I'm going to be doing is actually deleting the antenna off this car. So there's two ways to go about this, which is the way that everybody normally does, is just put a block off plate, buy it off of eBay, or you could go to the Honda dealership and buy the OEM block off plate, the antenna delete or whatever you want to call it. In my case, I was going to weld a piece of plate to it because I don't want the antenna there ever again. But the power that I have here in this garage is not strong enough for my welder. So what I am going to do is I'm going to be using this body filler right here. It's a metal bondo reinforcement. And we're just going to fill in the hole with that bondo, and then we're just going to smooth it out with the regular body filler. That's what we got for today. But yeah, let's get on to the antenna delete. I'm going to show you guys real quick how to get rid of that antenna, and I'm going to show you guys my step and process on how to cover up the hole once you take it off. Alright, so from my understanding, we got to remove this panel here, and the actual antenna wire, it's under here, and then the actual cable goes up to here, just like that. So let's get to removing these panels. And once I remove these panels from, obviously a screw here, another one over there, and another one up there. So once we take that off, I'll get back to you guys and I'll show you guys the cable. Okay, so there's actually only 3 screws. You got this one here, this one right here, and then this one right down here. Once you get those 3 out, all you're gonna do is just, that's it, pop it off. Okay, now as you guys can see, right here is your antenna wire. So this actually pops out, boom, and that's it for down here. Now we're gonna go back up to the top. So up here we actually got these 2 screws. You want to remove these 2 screws, prop this out with prying tools. Show you guys real quick how to do that, and then we're just gonna pull the cable out, and that's it. So if you guys notice, this is actually a Torx bit, but if you're like me and don't own Torx bits, you could just use a flathead. As you guys can see, it has a groove for a flathead. You use a flathead and you should be good to go. If you guys are not gonna do it the way I'm gonna do it, try to, watch out for these washers and stuff, because you're gonna need those to put them back. Alright, so if you guys are gonna do it like me, there's no need for a prying tool. I do have prying tools, but basically that's all you're gonna do. I don't care if it scratches, because I'm gonna be sanding down anyways to get the body filler on it. So once you get this out of here, all you gotta do is just actually, just pull it out. Once you pull it out, just try not to get it stuck down there. If you feel like it's not budging, just go back underneath and play around with it and actually guide it through. But yeah, once we get this off, then we start to the sanding and the body filler part. All right, so here you go, look. Boom. So there you go, guys. We have the antenna out the car. Now we're gonna start prepping to do some body work here. All right, guys, so this is the tools and products that I will be using for this antenna delete. I have here my DeWalt palm sander. We're gonna be using this Bondo branded metal reinforced filler, and we're gonna be using this body filler spreader with these sheets. With the sheets, you don't need to buy these. You could just use cardboard or a piece of wood, but I bought these sheets for easier and better, like for me to be able to throw them out easily, because I did a lot of body work on the Civic. We have this paint stirrer so that I can stir the actual product inside, because it actually separates, so you want to stir that up. And I'm going to be using this metal mesh at stick on, so we're going to use it to fill in, basically to put it in the inside of this hole. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sanding this outside edge here to prep it so that the body filler has something to adhere to. Okay, so before we clean the inside, what I'm going to actually do is rough up the surface out here. That way once I clean this, I don't go back and sand it and actually dirty all over again. So let's rough this up with 60 grit on my DA sander. All right, now that we roughed it up, we're gonna clean the inside so we could stick this mesh. So we're using, just regular isopropyl alcohol just to get in there and clean the surface. And you can actually clean the outside too, why not? All right. Now we're gonna let that air dry, and then we're gonna put this in there. I got these two little screws here, so you can screw this in and hold it up. All right, so as you can see, I put the little screw in there. What I'm going to do is I'm actually gonna hold up the center here now, and I'm gonna put the other screw. Bring this up just like that. As you guys can see, inside of it is a liquid, so that you have to stir it up. Okay, now let's just grab a little bit, because we don't need much to start off. And this one is actually liquid for those of you that do regular Bondo. So just a couple drops. Don't need this to cure fast. And then we just stir it up. Just mix it in. Make sure that everything is mixed in properly. That way you have no issues later on down the line. Okay? Alright guys, so this somewhat cured. You can take this screw off now and take the other two. Then from there we're gonna sand again and apply the second coat, which is gonna do the whole filling up. Alright guys, so as for body filler, I just went with the cheapest whatever they had, because body filler nowadays are way too expensive. I went with this lightweight filler, PAR, whatever, patch and repair. Came with the hardener, and yeah. So we're just gonna use this real quick, fill that up, show you guys real quick. Alright guys, so as you guys can see, we just laid down some body filler. We're gonna let this cure, and then we're gonna come back with a block sander and sand it down with 120. Once we sand that with 120, we're gonna apply a nice thin coat, and then we're gonna sand it down with 320 and get it ready to primer. Alright, so as you guys can see, the thing with body filler is not to just cake it on top. It's more to just fill in the imperfections. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a nice little thin coat, and then come back with 320 and then blend it in. Alright guys, so unfortunately the super from my garage actually came by and started talking to me, and I got ahead of myself because I was showing him as well. So I went ahead and primered it. Sorry I didn't have the clip for that, but I'm going to show you what I used. So I used this rusty metal primer. So now I'm just waiting for it to somewhat cure a little bit, like 10 minutes. It's actually hot outside, so 5 minutes. I'm going to hit it with a second coat. So far, looks really good. I'm happy with it. So yeah, let's hit it with the second coat. Okay, so now if you guys are wondering about the hard edge, yeah, it's gonna be a little tough for me later, but it doesn't really matter because it's getting wrapped. But later on, once it's dry and I come back another day, the day that I actually gonna sand down the entire car with the 400, I make sure that I blend this in. But other than that, I mean, you guys be the judge. You tell me. I think I did a pretty darn good job. Just in case you did not know, this is the first time I'm actually doing body work. I've never done body work in my whole life. Granted, I've done body filler where, you know, the custom work that I've done. I've worked the fiberglass and body filler before, so that's why I actually got and tackled this whole process. But so far so good. Alright guys, so that concludes that part of the project. Let me know if you guys like that. So if you want to go ahead and do it to your Civic, if you own a Civic nowadays, that's how you delete that antenna. If you want, you can also go the easy route and just order that piece that I told you off eBay. I'm gonna put a picture right here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Everything that I used today, I'm going to be posting it down in the description below for anybody that wants to tackle something like this. It doesn't have to be just for an antenna delete. You could also use that for any part of the car, any holes, any damages you have, rust, like any of that stuff. And yeah, so for the next video, I'm going to be, as you guys can see, let me show you guys real quick, hold on. As you guys can see, plain US fender. So I actually want the fender lights. Already ordered those off eBay, and that's the next project that I'm going to be doing on the channel. So wait on that video in case you guys want to be adding that fender light. I'm going to cutting out the hole, putting the light, running the wiring, all that nice stuff, because I want fender lights. So yeah guys, we're back at it again. Fresh Meter here. We got a lot of stuff coming for the channel. This time around I'm going to try to bust my ass and see if I can actually make this YouTube thing happen. Yeah, so for now, like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. See you guys next time.